Today I'm very lucky to say we're at the Colorado Cafe, and I have Coal River recording artist Katie Armiger with me. Welcome to Sudzin Country.
Thanks.
Let's talk about current events, such as Confessions of a Nice Girl. Before we get into the songs, tell me where the name came from. It's a little bit interesting story there.
Yeah, well, I'm just kind of indecisive, and I picked my top 3 favorite album title names, and I just couldn't go from there. And so, I enlisted some of my friends at GAC and asked for their help, and my fans as well, and they chose Confessions of a Nice Girl. So I'm glad that they did.
Let's talk about Best Song Ever.
Okay.
Co-wrote that with
Amanda Flynn and Bruce Wallace.
Right. Talk to me about that song. Where did the idea come from, and how long did it take to write it, and why did you name it Best Song Ever?
Well, we kind of wrote it as a parody to all of the tragic love songs out there that have these fairy tale happy endings, because a lot of times, that's not real life, and that's not what really happens. And so yeah, it was just meant as a fun parody. It took us about 20-30 minutes to write it. We were just at Amanda's mom's house in Kentucky on a writer's retreat, and it was just kind of a fun little ditty that we just threw out there.
And it's doing well? Yeah,
it's been doing great.
Well, if you have the best song ever now, where are you going to go with the next album? That's I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I know. Well,
I'm just kidding. It's a great song title, though.
Thank you. It's funny though that you say that, because a lot of people have, and I'm like, it's not. I'm not trying to say it's the best song ever. Like, it's not.
Kiss Me Now and Leaving Home. Sarah and Blair wrote those along with you, right?
Yes, they did.
And tell me about those 2 songs. Leaving Home was a graduation song for a lot of people. A lot of high schools played that.
Mm-hmm. Over 50 high schools, actually.
Yeah. Wow.
And and that's that we know of. It's just really cool. I wrote it for my parents when I left home. And it's just funny because you never really think about how it will impact other people. And I thought it was just, like that for me, but I'm glad that it can, help other people get through that.
I know. Leaving home, not easy.
No, it's not.
For the person to leave home, and not easy for the parents to deal with it either.
Mm-mm.
So
not at all.
They go through a lot when somebody leaves home, especially a young age like you, going to Nashville and leaving everything behind.
Oh yeah. I moved as soon as I turned 18.
Yeah, you're gone, huh? There you go.
I love you guys. Goodbye.
But I love you, but.
I know.
How about Scream?
I wrote that one with them as well.
Yeah.
That one, I feel like everybody can relate to. Everybody has those days, those moments when there's literally nothing that they would rather do than go outside and just scream at the top of their lungs.
That releases a lot.
It really does.
It really releases a lot.
And a lot of times you just can't do that. I mean, I live in the city, and if I went outside and started screaming, they would call the cops.
Right away.
So it's not a lot of times you actually get to take that moment.
In an apartment, though.
Oh, no.
Muffle the sound, no.
Maybe into a pillow or something.
Can't keep myself from loving you.
I wrote that with Joe West.
Yeah.
It was just something that I was going through at the time. Wow. And I wrote it with him. I kind of threw it out there, and we wrote the song pretty quickly. It was the last song that made it on the album. Now,
there's 4 songs there that you did not write or co-write. Nice Girl, Ain't Gonna Happen, You Can't Handle It, Strong Enough. Did you relate to those songs as equally as you do the ones that you live to write, to sing?
I definitely think so. I mean, Nice Girl kind of became the title track of the album. And it's funny because Sarah Buxton actually wrote that one.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
I'd been writing with her a lot at the time, so I think that, when I heard it, I instantly connected just because I'd been spending so much time with her and her writing style. And then Rachel Proctor wrote the other 2, and then Katrina Elam, who I don't know if you've heard of her.
I heard of her. She was a singer for a while.
Amazing singer. And I mean, they're just songs that I would definitely have written if they hadn't written them first.
Talk to me about some of the stuff you've done, and as far as the cover of teen magazine Justine. with the Girl Scouts?
Yeah, well,
Cool.
it was really cool. They teamed together and they had a campaign called the Real Girl Campaign, and it's really neat because they used, you know, everyday girls, and they were all Girl Scouts that they put in the magazine. And I think it's great to feature, just like I said, a real girl, somebody who's not photoshopped, and it's not like this huge glamorous thing. It's somebody that you could just see on the streets. And they're always, you know, leaders in the community, which is a great thing as well, a good role model.
Of all these albums you have out so far, your audience is young fan base.
Mm-hmm.
When you write songs, do you gear it toward a young fan base, or do you gear it toward just the audience? I mean, being a teenager yourself.
Yeah. Honestly,
you have a teenage mind, so, well, not really, but you know what I mean.
Well, when I write, I don't ever write for, like, I mean, unless I know it going in there, I don't really write for a particular purpose.
Okay.
I just write for whatever's inspiring me or something that happened that I thought was really funny, and I'll just write kind of like that.
Have you ever gone someplace, walked into a room or restaurant or a mall or someplace and heard your song and on the jukebox? You don't jukebox. I just
have.
Like,
yeah.
How'd it feel?
It was really cool. The first time that I heard a song, I was on my first radio tour, and we were in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we were in a Taco Bell. And I was eating nachos, and it came on the radio.
And that'd be cool.
It was awesome. And it was, the Taco Bell was almost closed, and so there was nobody there. It was just my friend and I, my manager, and yeah, they turned it up really loudly, and they didn't believe
They didn't know it was you.
They didn't believe that I was singing. I had to sing for them after the song was on. Yeah.
True statement, you were singing before you could walk? That's what your mother said?
Mm-hmm. That's what my mom said.
And by 10, you were writing songs and poems? Mm-hmm. Wow.
And they were all about abuse, because I was obsessed with, I was never abused, let me preface that, but my idol growing up was Martina McBride. Yep. And all the songs that she released at the time were, you know, Broken Wing, Independence Day, Concrete Angel. And yeah, every single one, like back to back, was about abuse, and they were great songs. But, you know, I wanted to be just like her, and so I was 10 years old writing about, like, children being abused, and my mom started, she's like, you can't keep writing songs like this. People are going to think we abuse you.
Talk to me about charity. Hear the Music Live. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's it's a really cool organization. Hear the Music Live, but what they basically do is they give underprivileged children the chance to go see concerts, you know, whether it's like, you know, they've taken them to see the Jonas Brothers or Miley Cyrus, or, you know, just all of these people that are, you know, pretty good role models, and they give them like tour t-shirts, and a lot of times they let them meet the artist, and they would never get that chance other than, you know, with help from this organization. And you recorded a theme song for them, huh? Yes, I did. iTunes has it? Yes, you can get it on iTunes. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. What are your goals in life? Oh my God. My goals. Other than becoming New Artist of the Year for CMA? Yeah. I would say the biggest one, or two. I want to sing on the Grand Ole Opry. I haven't done that yet. That's incredible. And then I want to be CMA female vocalist. I think that'd be really awesome. Website, downloads, wherever they can hear your songs. You can go to katiearmiger.com. That would be the best place because it will link you to Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, Amazon, all those places, and you can buy the album off of, you know, the website as well. Of the songs you've written so far, which would you consider your signature song? My signature? Oh, so goodness. Far, just to date, and then of course that'll change with the fourth album, fifth album down the road. You wrote 3 albums you were involved with. I know. I would probably say the one that I'm most proud of would be Cry, 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 and that's on Confessions. Yeah. You know, I've always wanted to have cello in a song. I absolutely love cello. It's probably one of my favorite instruments, and my goal was to, you know, put a song that I wrote by myself on the album, because there are a lot of songs I write by myself, but you know, a lot of times you're self-conscious about putting ones on there like that, or you know, just whatever. And so I got to put that on there, and we got to have cello on the song, and definitely made the album for me.
One lesson you have that you learned so far in the music industry to be?
That you definitely, I hate being cliche, but definitely being yourself.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
And you know, by saying that, that means, you know, sticking up for yourself, because there are a lot of people that tell you to do a lot of things, and you just have to, like I said, you have to know what you want and know what you're capable of, and go from there.